It's your friendly neighborhood laser lady, and I'm in a little bit of a panic because it is my dad's birthday next week. And what do you get a guy that has literally everything? A nice card, that's what. I'm going to take a 3D birthday card design that I made 5 years ago and integrate it with all of the knowledge I have since gained. We are also going to go over a little tiny Inkscape tutorial to do something that I bet you've never done before. So let me introduce you to baby laser lady, and she is going to show you the first part of our brand new epic birthday card. It's your friendly neighborhood laser lady, and for today's free file download, we've got 3D birthday card. You can get pretty fancy with this. So why don't we go ahead and cut it out and then we'll make it all together. I'm gonna stop me right there. Indeed, we are going to get fancy with this. Even more so, I would say. But first, we need to find a design for the outside of the card because first impressions really do matter. So let's turn over to 𝗏𝗏𝗲𝗏𝗏 and see what we can find. If you haven't heard of 𝗏𝗏𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏.com yet, it is a website with millions of fonts, SVG, and image files that you can download for a super good price. I will be searching for a cat-themed birthday card among these 14,000 results. You may have seen me use 𝗏𝗏𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏 in other videos of mine, and I just wanted to stop and say that they don't pay me to mention them at all. I do have an affiliate link, so should you get a membership or anything, I get a little bit from that, but it's really not a whole lot. I paid full price for my membership, and I truly use it all the time for my videos and my personal laser business, which is where I actually make a living. So I just hope you try it out, and if it's not your thing, then just forget about it. But we are going to go over an Inkscape tutorial here in just a minute, so let's jump back in. I imported the SVG into Inkscape. I'll now need to alter just a few things to make this card really awesome. I just want to get rid of these words since the inside of our card is going to say happy birthday already. Now I need to recenter the little kitty face, but multiple things seem to be grouped together. I first try to select everything and right-click on them to see if there's an ungroup option in the pop-up. There wasn't, so now I'm going to go up to Path and down to Break Apart with everything still selected. Now that seemed to work, but some things went away, so I held the Shift key and selected the red color, and it made all the lines visible again. And now I can get that kitty face right in the middle where I want it and make the rest of the lines red. This middle solid line will need to be turned into a dotted line, so we're not cutting the paper in half. To do that, go to the Fill and Stroke option in the Object drop-down. Now that it is in our right sidebar, click over to the Stroke Style tab. When the line is selected, you can choose from a bunch of dots and dashes. You can alter it with that pattern input as well. Now the face lines are going to be way too thin to see the fancy cardstock underneath, so we're going to outline them. I selected everything I wanted outlined and pressed Ctrl-G to group them together so we can make an outline for all of them at the same time. To do this neat trick, go to Path Effects under the Path dropdown. Then in your right sidebar, select the plus icon at the bottom and find Join Type. I like the line caps to be rounded, and then I fiddled with the line width until they looked the way I wanted. You may also need to fiddle with the join dropdown depending on your project and the lines you're working with. If your shapes are coming up as a solid color, try to select the red X box on the color bar that will clear out the color, and then hold Shift and select another color to see the outline. And if you have some weird looking bits like this, ungroup everything, select the objects you'd like to turn into just one shape, and then select Path and go down to Union. Okay, let's cut everything out for real this time. We are going to use super low power and very high speed. Make sure you run a test to find your levels so you don't set anything on fire. We don't want that. Also make sure you're either taping down your paper or using magnets or honeycomb pins, whatever you've got. I cut out the outside of my card in a black cardstock. I also have some fancy scrapbooking paper for the window behind the cat face, and I cut out a rectangle the entire size of the card that you'll see why we need that later. I also cut the 3D happy birthday design out of a natural paper cardstock. It's just so fancy. I also cut out a few cat shapes because I just can't seem to help myself. Now, obviously, we're just going to glue everything together, but I'm excited for you to see how it turned out. Hey, and don't forget, all of this will be a free file download, and you can find the links below. All the dotted lines really do help things fold nicely. The hardest part is folding the 3D happy birthday card. The bottom of the birthday word folds forward, the top of the word goes backward. And just like that, the bottom of the word happy folds forward. I believe in you. You've got this. Just do it once or twice and you'll be doing it in your sleep. I glued everything together with a simple little glue stick so the paper doesn't warp. Those extra cat shapes are for the front of the birthday platform because it's just asking for something. Little present shapes, dogs, unicorns, whatever. I snuggled it under some heavy objects so it can dry nice and flat. And voila, just like that, you have an awesome 3D, homemade, personalized card. You'd be surprised how well paper crafts like these sell. Paper is cheap and the profits are high. Plus, you can laser cut felt, wood, or leather elements to incorporate into your cards. Are you making paper crafts with your laser? Because I think you should. I have more laser craft ideas and Inkscape tutorials on my channel, so go check it out. And of course, have a great weekend. We will see you next week with more tips and tutorials, and of course, free file downloads. So see you next time.